And a little earlier than expected, we are streaming. So, hello all. We currently have 4 people in the queue, so I'm not going to waste any time. Prospero, Aegon, Rumi, myself, good luck to you. Let's get a game going. We're currently on a form of finishing first or last in every event, and I massively expect that to continue as we continue. Well, as we continue. Yeah, I don't need to say anything more than that. We're just going to continue to finish first and fourth. We either win big or we lose horribly. There is no in between. And hello, Aegon. It feels like it has been a very long time. I mean, well, it might have been 10 minutes, but, you know, it feels like longer. Always does. Also, do you want to do co-commentary on the thing tomorrow? Before you mute yourself, obviously. Not that you necessarily have to right now, because it's just a loading screen. Yeah, sure. All right. I'll, yeah, again, I'll just set myself up in the chat room, and we'll see how it goes. I might have to do some shenanigans, because obviously I've got it on a not thing. Might give her a haircut tomorrow. I mean, you know, haircut, full Monaco Grand Prix at 1 speed. Okay, this seems decent. We'll lean into where the hand wants to go for the moment. Yeah, not going to call that. Drawing something that extends this sequence would be quite nice. Right, Red Dragon. So Prosper and I are both purging Malmsey tiles at the moment. And we'll try and force this. Little awkward, we have the closed 2 pin available, I guess. 2 1s used up. It seems unlikely we're going to pair that. Let's say we're going to get overcalled. This isn't the plan, but it is a backup. Technically means we've got a call for Tempai, but not a Tempai we want especially. Be really nice of us to draw another North at this point. Okay, we have 2 safe tiles to reach. So let's carry on with them. Ishanten. Slightly on the E is the North seat, so this is a bit... This is finicky, but that's passed. I can now call a 9 pin and just have a 4-7 weight. Nice time for us to draw an 8-pin. Wrong 8. Alright, 7-pin safe tile, so we can go 9-pin for 7-pin here. North being safe is interesting as well. That gives us the full Chivitsu attempt. Yeah, it officially doesn't change anything. Okay, well. It's got to be a 9-pin now, because he can't do anything on the last discard. We stay Shanten. Closed free. Nah, that seems okay. Nah, early reach. Unless he was on for his end. Close first reach. I mean, they... Two. Anyway, I should probably focus on what's actually happening here. We are dealer and we're being attacked, so... Okay, Ishanten. 2 or 4 pin ideally. Okay, well, let's pivot. So we can get rid of Call Tanyo now. Not going to take that. Or that. That's fine. That helps on our Call Tanyo plan. So 3 or 8, or we just go into the pairs, I guess.
Riichi.
Okay, reach Tanyo.
No.
And we will take it. Reach Tanyo only. 1 drawer. Okay. So 3 gives us the 8,000 hit, which is pretty good for us. Gives us a bit of a buffer. And we are off. This is a pretty interesting hand. Don't know how I feel about this one, but we are Ishanten for Chitoi already. We're going to break it up, though. This has the feel of a hand that I can go Toy quite easily on, because I'm waiting on terminal stuff. Okay, so I just discarded the double Dora, which is always a dodgy thing to do, but you know, let's put down the marker.
Boom.
Let's show off what our hand is. Oh, I was done streaming that, but obviously my usual Mahjong night is now, so hence we moved on to this, where we are attempting to play the big bluff. But we definitely look like we might be on a Terminal Chanter style hand, especially as I've got double up, so already showing a good value. I mean, with Toy Toy at the moment, we actually have Hanneman.
Boom.
Play your 1s and 9s at your peril. And in retrospect, this 5 is a really good stealthy, sneaky weight at this point. Aegon, why would you play a 9 into this obvious thing? But, you know, obvious thing be obvious. I could take this. Take the double. No, we stick with a plan. We stick with Toy Toy 2 and or a 1. Yeah. Mangan, not Hanny, but they keep risking the terminal tiles. Just so I know I definitely don't have them. Oh, I might have missed that there were 2 1s already played, so that is probably fair. It's another single Dora tile this time. Does Aegon want it? He does. All the 1 men are gone. Let's say all the 6s coming in, and there it is.
No.
Dealer Mangan. Doublethon, Tortoy, and Dora. Yeah, I'm just amazed all the 1s and 9s come off. Nobody cared about the potential high value, but I mean, it was unlikely, so I get it. But yeah, maybe there should have been more fear on that one. Who knows? Okay, good draw. So now, which one of these will we get a pair of soonest? Well, let's keep the angle on the value for the moment. Do I want to cheat away this? I don't even... No, we don't want to cheat away this. Tanya with bonus tiles is almost certainly going to be a more definite hand here. Unfortunately, that is Mahjong. Okay, so technically we're Chitoy Shanten. That being said, all of our tiles are bad for that, but I mean, we then just got it. So, all right, we'll move on to a better weight, and then we'll see where we are. We're in a good lead, so we don't necessarily have to force anything here. Four is not great. Let's keep playing the 4s, though. We deliberately not played things in these 2 suits, so if we get something that is, say, a Pinzu tile, a non-Pinzu tile, rather, as a final waiting option, we can discard 6, and it looks as if that's what we need. So, a bit of masking here. Mind you, 9 pin's good. Okay, it's good. It's not great. We'll take it, though. I prefer to be on 9-man rather than 9 pin at this point. 2 for my hand. And a little bit of masking isn't necessarily working here. I mean, it is a half Suji that we've set up, so maybe. Okay, time's up.
Riichi.
Reach on the Dora tile. We put the half Suji up. We have a dealer. Let's put some threats on the board. Okay, Rumi's decided to attack it. That's fine. So there's 2 outs left. One played by Agen admittingly, but that can work to our benefit. If somebody has us on Chitoy, they're less likely to identify 9-pin as a threatening tile, but we'll see. Also, if Rumi is on a Tarn pin, as he appears to be, he won't want the 9 if he draws it. Counter reach. 9-pin is a safe tile to Agen, and we take the win possibly because of that, but again, the way it goes. Also, we hit the 2. Dealer Hanny. Okay, because of the rules of our format, Prospero is not out, but I'm only 4,500 points away from just securing the auto win. On a bit of a rampage. And this hand is pretty good as well. Nah, Chinitsu was a bit overkill, and we already had Tenpai. I'd have had to break up a fair few things to get us to Chinitsu. I don't think the opportunity cost was there, but... I mean, I wasn't expecting a Hanny. It wasn't a Hanny before then. It was just reaching that, so technically 4, not 6, but... Whenever you reach with Chitoy, you've always got a chance of getting Hanneman, because you only needed 2 Urda to show up, and you've got it. Obviously, we had the red 5 rather than Sumo, so we could do it on the Ron as well, but... Reach, Chitoy, Sumo, 2 Ura is Hanneman. And always will be, regardless of what Chitoy you've got. Okay, this is looking a little interesting. We'll go with that way. I don't necessarily want to go Chitoy again, but it's not the worst thing in the world for us to consider. Yeah, let's force this line. One call from Tenpai in the first row. We'll take it. Again, we only need 4,000 points, 4,500. We got 4 repeats on the board as well, so that's 12. This puts us basically in range. If we hit one Dura, or we hit the red 5, then we could potentially just close this game off. We could also potentially... No, we can't Karma 2s. 2s have already gone. Sure. So 6 remaining, 3/6 wait. Okay, Dora 1. So open Tanyo, Dora 1 with 1,200 extra points on the board. Alright, Agen with Yakuhai. The other good news is the pair of 4s and that Freebian might get isolated. Well, we'll keep playing safe tiles for as long as we can get away with that, but we might be folding to Rumi here. He is sitting south, but let's have a go. Okay. So, Mansi Honitsu for Agen. Tanpin, possibly Pinsy related as well on that side. I assume that's Agen's call. Yep. Played 2 turns ago, but there's been a call since then. Because we're in a position where we could potentially just win the game, we're going to stay in this if we can, but we might be folding soon. Yeah, I can't afford to stay in with this. It's a shame because I was about to win, but... But knowing when to cut your losses is part of Mahjong. And if Agen's on a free 6, then we absolutely made the right call. Okay, 5-8. But as I say, we knew it was Manzu. We hadn't had anything massively eliminated up to this point. Very few Manzu played, and obviously focusing on not dealing into Rumi. And we're still in a strong position. 6k from just auto winning. We're okay with this result. That was a good dealer turn. We have 5 repeats and the reach stick in place. So that's 2,500 extra points just for winning at this point. Unfortunately, this hand is not amazing. Herself in the East round. Okay, that's workable. So we're a little edge heavy, but one of those, cut these two, and then shenanigans. Okay, off-wind by Agen, and he's discarded 3 Pinzu tiles. So Honitsu of some form. Probably Sozu, and that's the more dangerous one. We do believe in the comeback dreams here. Okay, save tile for later. Okay, that's very good for us. Let's go that way. Likely it is for South is going to be up here at this point, but potentially just get roll 1-2 as we progress the other 2 sequences. What was the last one? I can't remember what the last one was. I did deal into one on Kyrill's stream. It was Salma though, so you expect that. I mean, Reach Pinfu. Reach Pinfu, 3,500 points on top of it. This could be game over. Fuisumo or Itsipatsu. Or both. But 4-7. Wrong 4. Do 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 do. Counter reach. I was about to say, Agen, I think, was on... Says as well, was he on 147? Was he just a better witness? No! He was on a Honitsu massive Dora rampage. Okay, Hanneman for Agen, and he climbs into second place. Gets all of the bonus points. And Prospero, unfortunately, is a bit in the mud. Alright, we hit a double Dora hand here. I mean, not impossible. He can make a comeback from this. Not impossible at all. And he's immediately off to the races. I mean, he's dealer, so of course he's off to the races. You don't give up a free dragon when you're the dealer. But we're still in the same position. We are 7,000 points away from just causing an auto win. Via the Mercy rule. So that's what we're aiming. And with 2 Dora, we should be able to get this hand to Mungan somehow. Okay, Prospero's pushing. We also know where... Well, obviously we know where Tournement is, but that also gives us that little bit of extra knowledge when it comes to other people's hands' maximum value. Mazu Honitsu, you say? Or Dragon only, with whatever he's got. Yeah, I mean, I can understand Aiden putting more value on the board. Given things and the fact he's dealer, it's probably a good move. Turns out not to be an Amanzu. Wait, and this is secretly genius. But Toy Toy Honitsu. It's a pretty big and expensive hand. I mean, our hand's developing, but discarding any of these against what Agen's got is not easy. That 6 actually makes things worse, weirdly. With the 9's gone, we could make a guesstimate of playing the 8, but it's not an easy discard. Not easy at all, especially as a direct hit with that much value potentially. It's costly. I also can't really play the 5 into Prospero for similar reasons here, so I'm going to go 1 pin. Yeah, I think we are out of this hand. Okay, 1 man we can play against Agen. Yeah, I've had a bit of a rampage here, and we're now in a sort of weird position. Agen just picked up a big win, and he's staring at that at me at the moment. So I think we are rightfully retreating, despite the double door and the pretty good hand we had developed here. But all right, 2 cards. Do we have the legendary Sankansu coming up? Where are the Easts? Oh, thankfully 1 discarded by Agen. So I was about to say, if he had that, then this is kind of monstrous. 8 pin. Yeah, this is where comebacks are made of. This is where they come from. 2 pin. We can play 3 pin. Yeah, thankfully Agen's discarded one of those, because that's the monster hand if he had that already. But I'd love to see him Sankansu. It's one of those that I've yet to tick off my bucket list of Yaku to get, so... I'm looking at my discards and wondering how many ways I could have won this hand. How many ways could I still win this hand? Is there any chance we can make the 7 pass? Four played there, 4 played there. It is a very low chance that Prospero wins on that, but I'm not going to take it. Can I hit Empire? No. And safely discard.
Note.
Oh, you must have been for a 10. Or no Yaku. No Yaku. Okay. Alright, 10k from bleed, but obviously with what was going on. Yeah. Okay, 9 pin. Yeah, the only thing we're fearing is just directly dealing into Aegon for a Mungan at this point, or Mungan Hanneman. Because that's the only way we lose this game at this stage. I should probably play this. Okay, Shanten. Five pin does, unfortunately, nothing for us. Does give Aegon an in. Okay. There's an argument that we've gone a little backwards here, but I see this as a triplet with that on that side, so... I think this gives us a bit more freedom to discard one of the pairs. Actually, with the double sixes, maybe that wasn't a great move. Yeah, no, that wasn't a great move. No. No carnage for us. Yeah, see? See, this is what... With discarding sixes, we shouldn't have allowed this. We should have just... This guy kept the 6. Alright. Rumi Sumos. Yeah, Sumo Nomi. Just had the pair of East, which is unfortunately the round win, so he didn't get a Yaku off of that. But I mean, I'm okay with that. No! Magulaton. It's fine, sir. You have one more coming unless I win. So, you know. I need to Hanneman right now to do it, so it's unlikely. At least with this hand. Well, let's see if we can push this into a Tanya, just steal the dealership back. Yeah. I'm okay with opening this hand up. Just try and grab a dealership as fast as possible. In theory, Prospero's got to push, so even though we might be waiting on middle tiles to improve things, we could probably get them. Yep, that's useful enough. So 4, 6, 8 in both. Downside is the 4, 6, 8's a little dodgy, at least on the Pinsy side, but you know, there's one left. So marginally better than just holding the middle pair of that sequence. When we already have a pair, of course. Also, 8 is very likely to be a safe tile with 3 9s down and 3 7s. Okay. So again, we've isolated the 7s off a little bit. These are safer tiles, and also this is probably the better way around to do things. Well, let's hope we draw a 3 pin. Might be aggressive to try and fight this, but I'm kind of okay with trying. Well, 6 just passed, so we'll take this one. Free save for victory. Well, a small increase in points, actually, not victory. And there's the dealing. Oh, good hand. I'm not liking how he's just inexorably moving closer to my point score, given that I was on 66,000 at one point. Jeez. Alright, West. The momentum is a weird thing. But Aiken's got it. Right, so the question is, Green Dragon... now. Yeah, I do not like holding Dora Dragon longer than turn 3. Everything else we can kind of ignore. I think it's immediately off again. God damn it, I need a Mungan to just win the game outright here. This... could be Mungan, but it's unlikely. Oh, at this point, actually, I think it's more likely to just sumo and take the lead off me. The way things are going. No help. Okay, let's establish that we established that 9's up here with that draw, so that's fine. So that leads us to pin through 1. Could still draw a 7 to be helpful, but most likely we're just going to break this bit up and see. Nine doesn't especially improve things. Seven's fine, 2's fine, 5's fine. Also, even another 8's actually probably fine. We can just cut the 9s and try Britannia instead. But still have a bit of a way to go, and we still can't call off of Prospero. 1 pin, I guess, doesn't do anything. Good draw. Okay, 8. So, some advancement on the 2-3-3, some advancement on this, and on the 2-5 effectively. And then we have Pinfu. Reach, Pinfu 1 plus Sumo as dealer. Mangan. So, game winning chance. 1 so, 4 so, 2 pin, 5 pin.
Riichi.
Game winning chance, so we'll pursue this. Ooh. Carnage, you say? Ah, that's really unfortunate if he's hit Dura for that. One, thankfully. Okay. Well, now we have a battle. It was definitely worth us pushing, because, again, it had a chance of ending the game. But now I've got to win 2 hands, and Aiken just needs a Mangan here. Yeah, absolutely. That could have been worse. And it was absolutely correct to do that. Stay on target. I mean, all Aiken has to do is make sure I lose 12,000 points. All I am going to be doing is concentrating on getting a quick hand as fast as possible here. 2 quick hands to win the game. Aiken also going for quick hands. T-pin's okay. Probably still getting rid of it though. I mean, to be fair, that is the objective. If you're not the dealer, you need to steal the dealership. That is rule 1 of Mahjong. You must steal. We're all a bunch of Mahjong playing thieves here. And he's doing a good job of it, in fairness. Doing exactly the correct thing of just getting himself into the dealer position. Giving himself the optimal chance of overtaking. Alright, now that we've gone that way round, we can do this. It's a loan, sir. Good old return on investment. Alright, let's make a go for this. This is a little dodgy because the hand's not quite there yet, but I think this is worth trying. It's certainly worth trying now. 1 call needed. Possibly not even that. Ah, that is the worst thing to draw right now. Okay. 2,000 points is unfortunate. And this puts the game in a precarious position for me. So obviously drawing the draw there with 7's gone, that was unfortunate, but that's happens. That's Mahjong. This, though, is pretty ideal for what I want to do. Ian already has a Yakuhai. God darn it. Alright. Still, we fight on. I was going to have to discard that myself anyway. But Egan with his 10th Dan Ascension at the moment. No, he's just 10th Dan Egan. Usually he pretends not to know about what he's doing in the game, and yet occasionally he is immortal and unstoppable and makes plays that no sane person would make that are correct. Also, and it's probably come as a shock to him, he's genuinely playing the game better. Double Yakuhai up top. Honitsu, probably Pinzu. That's a good draw, actually. So now we have sort of the options here. We could actually take the 2v4 Sanchiku. Or we take the Dragon and Dora. Again, doesn't particularly matter. We just need a hand to end the game. So we don't need to worry about the 2v4 Sanchiku, but we can call for it. And be on both, which would be nice. Both red and 1. Otherwise, we'd need to be waiting on the dragon. Again, dragon waiting on 2-5 is going to be better than things. Yeah, so you see, this is the position where we couldn't call that. Oh, that's really annoying. Dora would have been safe as well. 5-8, that's Agen's victory. Yeah, can't do anything about that. So, obviously, with the hand I was showing there, I really didn't have a lot of options with the red not turning up. I imagine you'll find that Rumi or Prospero have the other pair. But, yeah, no, well played. Can't argue with that one. GG. Also, he ruined my trend of finishing 1st and 4th in multiple events. So, revenge shall have to be had at some point. But, honestly, sir, well played. If I reviewed your game, I'd probably find a bunch of things to complain about, but in all seriousness, that was extremely well played. Okay, so next game, demo, Prospero, Rumi, Agen. I'm going to start this game off and go and feed the cats. So if you give me 5 minutes, which is how long it will take for the game to start, to me to be able to start reviewing the game, we'll follow 10th Dan Agen and see if he can continue his streak. So, Ruwenge! But obviously, I'm not here for Ruwenge. I will catch you later. Back in a moment. Yes, unfortunately no Rewinga yet for Aegon. Or myself, actually, to be fair. Alright, let's see if we can actually start this off. 17 seconds. Okay. Reasonably well timed, actually. So yeah, that might be a game I analyze back, actually. We'll see how I feel about it, but that's one. If I have the time, I want to do some proper analysis, because I haven't done an analysis thing in a while. And a game that I basically threw away from winning position is one I'd want to check out for my own benefit, but also one that could be useful in terms of what everybody else could have done. So, let's begin then. Demo as the initial dealer, starting with 2 Dora. And a little clunky, but again, 2 Dora starting hand is always worth considering. Aegon with a reasonable attempt at Honitsu, 1 West Dora, loose in his hand. Prospero, yeah, fair to middling hand, not a lot of immediate value, but we'll see how that develops, and obviously a triplet helps. Rumi, yeah, seems pretty good for an Itsu push if nothing else. Could potentially, I'd say Itsu push, Pinfu push really, but could upgrade to Itsu as well. Looks pretty fast. So I think Rumi is in the best position here, followed by Demo / Aegon, although Aegon has just hit Yakuhai, so that accelerates Aegon a great deal here. So yeah, the obvious hand is probably the best one to go for here. So East Honitsu. Pair of 9s changed the equation slightly, but still, he's got Yakuhai and done, and has gotten rid of a Dora tile quite early. So again, he's playing this is alright. Aegon is making good moves. As much as we like to joke occasionally that he doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm sure he will show us some instances where he's unsure about things. Yeah, alright, this sounds a little tricky. He's even doing the correct thing here. He's actually he's got rid of the less likely, pair for the E2-3, which is more open. He's also not fixated on the Honitsu, so yeah, Aegon genuinely playing well. Call is fine. He has 2 and 4 are basically potential pairs here. It's never usually good to be waiting on pairs at the end, but obviously you can't call if you don't have a secure pair somewhere. That's one of the mistakes that gets made a lot. If you have to get your pair after the fact, it can be tricky. But yeah, Aegon in a strong position at the moment. Unfortunately, as mentioned, Rumi was quick. And while it's a closed free wait, it is a half Suji on the 6 he's already played. Safe discard. So, what is Prospero going to do here? Prospero should probably be playing the 1-so and trying to go around, but he's playing safe tiles for the moment. So, what that does is that means he needs a 4-so to advance, and still will have to play the 1 and still needs something else. But he's got 2 Dora, so I'd be reluctant to necessarily give up that hand. And I think he might be leaning either into Chitoi or just hoping to get that free so he's got the suit there. Alright, Aegon has picked this up, so this is an interesting one. Does Aegon sticks with the pair weight. So he doesn't decide to upgrade it, and there are pluses and minuses to both. There are no directly safe tiles here. You can make an argument that the Force for 4-man might have been a bit safer, based on the half Suji to the 1, but there was nothing directly safe. Actually, 3 was a half Suji to the 6 as well, so same argument, I guess. Either way, reasonably developed, and he picks up the win plus the reach stick, and moves on to a dealer turn. Okay, so Aegon, reasonable starting position. 2, 4, 6, 8, nice shape. Loose 9, loose red, middle tile to get rid of. There's an argument you don't get rid of middle tiles in this position, but I can understand holding the red a couple of turns. Rumi is Demo is denied a double reach because of that call, so it is just a single reach here. Yeah, reach on the 2-5 as well. Rumi has also hit Tenpai on the second turn. This is not an ideal dealer position here. There's nothing you can do about this at all. And that's just unfortunate. I really, yeah. Almost nothing Aegon could have done about that. Demo denied a double reach, and yeah, just the dealing can happen. This game is currently crazy. Alright, we'll see you later, Aegon. Prospero's dealer turn. Yeah, double reach, second turn reach. And no mistakes really made by Aegon. I mean, arguably the 4-7 could have been dodgy, but he played the 4 just earlier. And it was the only thing that wasn't linked to his hand. I can understand being aggressive against it, because it was his only chance to get Senpai on his dealer turn. So, yeah, if nothing is safe, and all early reaches you assume are going to be closed and not particularly good, the fact that both of them were good reaches in terms of tiles remaining is, yeah. Again, really unfortunate with that. Anyway, commentary on the current game in progress. So yeah, Agen's hand is a little clunky. I imagine he's trying to push for a one-suit hand. That's certainly what I would be considering at this point. But it's going to be clunky either way. Prospero's hand is decent, but again, a few things to work out with that. Rumi, again, just looks very quick. Looks like he's going to be there reasonable time. Demo, get the dragon and go, I guess. But again, plenty of quick things there, and also something connected to Vidora. So I put this initially as a Prospero versus Rumi battle, at least in terms of expected development. But we shall see. That, of course, helps Demo. Does he get rid of Vidora side, or does he... Nope, keeps Vidora. So it looks like he's going to be on that 8 so Dora weight, unless he gets a 6 to adjust, or 5 to adjust. Meanwhile, Aegon's still bravely battling away, trying to clear those honor tiles. And the Sozu. Yeah, the purging the suit I understand, but it's almost always easier to purge the honors and see what you got left. You're almost always going to be better off doing that. If his starting hand was this, then absolutely you go for the Honitsu. But the fact he's there in the second row now, he kind of has to try things. Anyway, that call means that it's now a 5-8 for Rumi. For Demo, rather. A lot of them are in Aegon's hand. But he's cleaning up nicely. West isn't a bonus tile for him, but in theory, it's going to be 2 safe tiles later down the line. Okay. You can always cut the 9 in the position Aegon's currently in, because effectively the 9 doesn't actually change the tiles he needs. He still needs the 7, whichever way that works. So now basically get rid of that and keep the other thing, the 3, which might have extended the number of shards he could accept in his hand. Prospero is Ishanten for Chitoy with this. Unfortunately, with the exception of the 2 so, they're all middle tiles, which you don't generally want to be waiting on. Yeah, and see that, if he'd have done it, if he got rid of a 9, he'd have been able to take that 4 more definitely. Now, as it happens, it's going to be for a 10, needing the 3-6, the 3 at some point. 3 or the 6, I mean. He's up against 2 calls. There'd almost be a temptation to call the 2-man at this in there here. So see, Aegon's actually drawn that 7 now, but it means he can get rid of a 9. And if he'd have done that a little earlier, the 3 would have been kept. That is the deal in, unfortunately. Hatsudora for Demo. And we move around again. Alright. Rumi dealer battle. So, just as an FYI here, Demo hit Saint a little while back. And I think Rumi is our highest ranked challenger to Demo, at least in terms of Soul's own progression system. But yeah, we have a Saint in Tiles of Confusion, which is kind of awesome, really. But yeah, this is kind of a battle between the 2 best players in a lot of ways. But, you know, on the day, anyone can beat anybody. And it is, you know, it's consistency, which is the thing. With Tiles of Confusion, it's always, I imagine that people overplay a little bit more or play a bit more, you know, silly for memes, essentially. Certainly, Mono has been guilty of that. I've also been known to be guilty of that, so let's take that off the table. But, you know, it's consistency that you need to get to the higher ranks, and both Rumi and Demo are consistently high standard of play, even if the luck isn't with them. And it is very rare to catch either of them make a mistake. Or at least a mistake that, you know, could have been foreseen at the time. Because there's plenty of mistakes in hindsight in Mahjong. It's very rare to see them make a mistake that they could have foreseen, though. And honestly, I will say this hands down, they are both far superior to me as a player. The fact that I do beat them both, and I'm probably higher ranked than both of them. I think actually Rumi was last time somebody updated the scoreboard. Thanks for whoever did that, by the way. Also, my camera decided to go out of focus, so fine. You don't need to concentrate on me. The Mahjong's here. I think Rumi's top of the leaderboard, and I wouldn't be surprised if Demo's second. But let's see how the challenger is. So Aegon, with that call, puts himself Ishanten. And actually going for the right hand here. So Green Dragon, Honitsu, Dora. It's an obvious hand, but it's the best at the moment. And unfortunately, he's up against the 5-8 Riichi. So a little clunky with this Riichi, but Riichi Dora won. Obviously couldn't get pinned through because he's got the triplet of the 9s there. He could have perhaps waited, drawn a 4-5, possibly upgraded that to Itsu. But again, I can understand the wanting to deep strike this. He's in last place. Can't. Oh, he can Khan. He can Khan. Can't re. Now there's some interesting things on this. How does Demo want to respond? He's in a sort of there or thereabouts position. Yeah, so Rumi looks as if he's kind of half folded out of this one. We'll see. Aegon's still in it because obviously that is a Mangan hand. You'd be crazy to try and get out of that one. Was that worth? That's actually worth calling. So in this case, he could have called this and gone for that. I mean, admittedly, the way he's drawn that has worked out slightly better for him. But it's that point it was potentially callable. This isn't, but that might be the tile of death. The good news is he can win with that tile in his hand. But it's whether Aegon thinks he can play the 5-pin at any point. Yeah, with the Riichi on the board, I mean, 45 is a lot. Terminal Khan, which is why it went up to that high. Yes, Aegon still goes for things a lot more than perhaps he should. But, I mean, being aggressive is usually not a bad thing in Mahjong. Usually you prefer to be aggressive than passive. Or at least you're more likely to be successful being aggressive than passive, is what I mean. But that final level of just not dealing into a hand and giving away points when you don't have to. Because, I mean, you can win with Green Dragon only. You can, with the Green Dragon called, you can take risky tiles. You're just committed to try and win with those risky tiles at that point. And at that stage, he could have still potentially worked around it. Anyway, Demo's hand looks pretty decent. It's pretty much ideal for a dealer anyway. You've got your easy Yaku, you've got some Dora. Chance to make some value up. And you're only 29 behind, so this is all the value you need to take the lead. Yeah, so Chun and 1. Aegon picks up his second Dora. Yeah, little tone. He does like going for his half flushes, which again, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with that, but maybe you want to wait and you maybe want to be a bit closer before you start that off. Thankfully, though, this is probably going to take him away from that, and yeah, Dragon and Tudora is absolutely fine. Prosperous hand is looking pretty developed. Rian Shanten. 2 away. But, yeah. Demo's hand developing faster. Not sure I agree with that cut over that, but maybe with the 8's done, because you've almost certainly got a pair here somewhere. As it turns out, it's worked out quite nicely for him, but, you know, I'd probably have been inclined to take the 7-8 rather than the pair of 8's there, with the pair of 9's already in hand. But it's worked out. He's got a close Riichi on a 7, and the half CG trap. That being looking at it, 2 of them are out and are not going to be discarded as the current setup here. Demo goes into Dharma Chun Tudora. And Aegon is not far away from being in position here. He gets that green dragon, his hand is done. It's callable, but it doesn't actually help him. Oh, I don't like that Aegon's discarding that. He's gone greedy. The value's there, admittingly, but still. Ugh. Yeah, so I think Aegon's currently suffering from the same problem that Prospero had at one point, where he just gets too aggressive when he thinks he has a hand and ignores the board state. And again, aggression is better than passivity in most cases, but you know, that's just these like two avoidable deal-ins at this point. And mainly that one was slightly different to the previous one in that he hadn't in the second case he didn't have his Yaku set up at that point, so there was more of a justification for folding or trying to keep things into the green dragon side of things. With the other hand, he could have gone around it and still been able to win. But hey, so Prospero's been rewarded with a awkward but nearly there hand. Rumi up top, just looking for Tarnpin at the moment, and Rumi. Sorry, Demo. I keep looking at Rumi, explaining the hand. Rumi's then in my head, and I try to call Demo Rumi. And then Demo, yeah, Paracells, Double Dora. Looks pretty strong. And that one Salve stuck in Prospero's hand is going to make the difference eventually. Yep, so extends the sequence, but that is Dora free. Demo's hand is looking especially scary, and now he's there. Tenpai, free Dora, waiting on the 4-pin. Egan might end up being waiting on that as well, but we'll see. He's Shanten for Rumi. Egan's building his hand well, but he's a half step behind. I think he's going to be too slow. He could call and just commit to Tanya. That is something that could be done to try and accelerate this. But okay, he is going to accelerate the hand, and actually that is a great acceleration point. Get rid of a dragon. He's also given himself Dora 2. Jeez, okay. Well, he Shanten for Aegon. Unfortunately, that's the deal in. Possibly in a moment, but not right this second. They get Mono. We're just observing the game. Let me just have a check on the things before I commit to that. So yeah, the only 4 players are the ones actively playing at the moment. So more than happy for you to start the next game, which should be relatively soon. That's a great starting hand for Aegon. Shame he's not got any dealer turns left, but he's not a million miles away. This is still a close game, or close enough game that he could potentially drag himself into a position, but a lot needs to happen. Let's see then. Yes, Aegon I think has the best start, but it's whether he can convert it. The other hands aren't terrible, just not as good, and only a couple of Dora dotted about, so. Okay, I disagree with the 9-6 switch, at least that way round. You still need the 7 either way, but 6-8 generally is more options than 9-8. Although now it doesn't matter. I was about to say, I wonder if this is Toy Toy, but it's also potentially Sananko. Riichi Sananko currently is all you've got. Riichi Sumo Sananko, obviously. Otherwise, just Riichi only. Oh, Prospero's discarded Dora Dora in succession. That's always unfortunate. That is Tenpai for Rumi. Waiting on the 7 man. And does reach for it. Oh, did I completely miss something? No, it's 3-6. Yeah. I was looking at discarding the 4, but actually this is better. Yeah. So reach Tanyo 3-6. Alright, Prospero decides not to challenge. I think Aegon's going to be massively helped if Prospero is forced to play the white, but Prospero is probably just going to hold on to this. Oh, okay, that's Tenpai, but it's not a winning position. So the set of West does nothing for him here. Aegon has to convert this into triplets to manage it. Oh no. It's a good bluff, but that's all it is at this point. Okay, staying with it. So 7-fold is 7, I would imagine. So Aegon just hoping to get to Tenpai at the end of this, unfortunately. I'll queue up for the next game as well, so just bear with me if you are waiting. At least no, it's not going to be longer than 5 minutes. All right, Rinshan. Unfortunately, it wasn't in a position where he could win with Rinshan, but still, I appreciate the effort and the full commitment to the bluff here. Hatsuyu does nothing. Ugh. So why 3 over the 8 that you know is safe to him? Or should be aware that he's safe to him, I guess. Yeah. I mean, there are arguments that, you know, the half bluff can work, but that was a little overstretching at that stage. Alright, final hand then. So Rumi with a 3k lead over Demo. Demo just has a very, very shiny hand. That also is probably... It's a little awkward. Okay, I was going to say about even with Rumi, but actually I think Rumi's might be slightly ahead. It's definitely a scary hand that he doesn't need. You always get these sort of hands that are huge and cumbersome and terrifying when you only need 2 Han. Always happens. Or always seems to happen anyway. I mean, Aegon's hand, it would be almost ideal for Demo right now, I think, if you were to trade these 2 over. Nice, simple Yaku, plenty of room to develop. Plenty of speed. Exactly what you're after. Meanwhile, seeing what Prospero is up to here. It's interesting. Could potentially make this Dragon Toy Toy, I suppose, to try and increase some value here. How much do you need, though? 16. So that would be direct Mungan plus a reach stick. And of course, you wouldn't overtake both players with that. So yeah, you need a lot. You need a big hand to just force the game at this stage. But you could get second with Mungan against either player. So Dragon Toy Toy seems to be the plan. Or is it the plan? Let's find out. It's not the plan. Aegon's hand developing quite nicely. Got rid of the 3 rather than the 7 there. Might be playing safe to Prospero, I guess. Might have just ran out of time, actually. I don't know what his time management's like at this stage. And that's for dealing. So, Dragon only. Unfortunately, 1,000 points rather than the 8,000 he needed, plus the reach stick. But that ends the game. Now, it's okay, Aegon. You at least crushed me. Okay, I can do one more. So, currently we have Prospero, Demo, and myself. It happens. I think a couple of times, as I mentioned during the sort of chat, I don't know if you were listening to that at the same time. Yeah, Mono, if you want to jump in, you're absolutely welcome to. I think, Aegon, you just played a little too aggressively when there were reaches on the board. One time it was justifiable, but the other time you could have potentially worked the hand up round to try and, you know, go for Green Dragon only, which you had revealed, rather than forcing the bigger hand that you were kind of working to. Because you lost that by getting rid of Vidora 7-8. The second one you needed... The second one is a little more understandable if you're pushing. And you were in last place at the time, but yeah, sometimes being a bit more defensive-minded is all you probably need. Because you've got most of the rest of the game down as far as I can work out. Although you still need some help with identifying Yaku. Some of it, again, justifiable when you're in last place and you just are trying to get to Senpai. Any means necessary, even if it's not a legal hand. But hey. There is definite improvement. And honestly, there is always room for it. Okay, here we go. Monitor left, Prosperous to our right, Demo across. Starting south, good luck all, Tudor to begin. Mono is showing disconnected. Mono is back. Okay. Alright, pair of souths. Oh, wow. Is nobody connecting to this game? Is my internet still up? It seems to be. Alright, Prospero has returned. Okay, we restore. Hopefully he's not lost too much time with that. Okay, Double Dragon. So we could potentially force a Double Dragon Toy Toy and trying to get the door in. Yeah, we'll try and make use of Adora here if we can. Second dragon. Okay, double dragon for demo. We know he does not have the Stai Sangan. We know that. But we're going to play a 5-star. This makes this really awkward for us to play. I mean, that too, fairness, but... Okay, 6-pin would be okay for us to just randomly have right now. But, alas, we don't.
Boom.
Again, being a little forceful here, but... yeah, not much I can do about this one. Yeah, there was no movement on the 5s earlier, so this is the thing that makes sense. Double Dora. Well, it's dodgy, but let's go with it. I mean, I basically went up to 65,000 points in game 1, only for Aegon to mount the mother of all comebacks and win the game 48,000 to 42. We then observed Aegon having, unfortunately, a bit of a miserable second game, and now we're just into this third game. So, up and down, ultimately. But yeah, that's the game I'm probably going to properly analyze, because actually it was pretty good from my perspective, and I genuinely want to see how well Aegon played it, because he seemed to play it like an absolute blinder. Obviously in the observation game he didn't play as well, played a little too aggressive at times, but no, honestly, no, he played well from what I could see, and obviously doing proper analysis I'll find out what he actually did to beat me, which may or may not be the most optimal of plays, but you know, part of the fun is I know I lost the game, let's find out how. In the meantime, I'm dealer with this hand, so I can't complain. Alright, let's see that 4-man, please. Otherwise, we might just take the double. We might just take the reach on the 4. Yeah, if we get a chance to score 5-8, we'll probably take it. Pair of 5s. Okay. See if we can go pin through 2. Yeah, it's the same position, but now if I pair up any of the other tiles, I can potentially do this.
Riichi.
Reach pin through 2. Reach pin through 3, sorry. And obviously Tanyo as well would make it Hanneman. Alright, no worries, Agan. Thanks for joining us. Do 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 do.
No.
Okay, no Hanneman, just Mongan, but dealer Mongan. Oh, we hate Ura. No, okay, forget that. Dealer Hanny, and we will absolutely take that. Alright, now if we can manage the same sort of rampage I managed last game I was playing, all will be good. Let's go Dragon to start. There's a chance... Well, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, okay. We'll do this. So we're sort of gunning for the immediate Cheeto with this one. Yeah, cools off. We've already skipped 2, so we're not going to do any kind of shenanigans there. Oh. Well, convention is you keep these, so let's see. I was gonna say, obviously we know the 9s are gone, but now we know the 9s are definitely safe, so Dura. Okay. Little awkward, but we'll go with it. Actually, if Demo's on Tanyo and something, don't want to give him 3 Dora. Okay, one pin played, so we will dodge around it. It's looking like our chance of going Cheetoy, I'm going Sananko or anything upgraded is awkward here. But Riichi will do if it comes to it. Okay, fine. Fine. Hey, next you win off incidental draws. You could have just sumoed from there. It's all good. Just hoping for a rampage. Doesn't happen. To be fair, it rarely happens, but hey. Ooh, shiny Wandora. Let's play a shiny Wandora. Honestly, we're kind of leaning towards Honitsu if we can get anything that kind of relates to that, so... So, since we're committing there, throwing Vidora immediately seems good. Okay, then possibly just pin 2 with these. East and North both 1 played by Mono, so... Double sequence. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for just Tanya now. Tanya 2 from the lead seems good. That's a good thing nobody wants middle dot tiles. I think Prospero might want them. He just declined multiple times now. East is a definite safe tile. Let's play 9, because I think we're definitely Tanyoing rather than anything else. And while there is a marginal upside now drawing a 7, it's marginal enough I can get away with it. And I can still technically use the 7 anyway, so... Alright, more middle dot tiles. Prosper's going to hit me with Honitsu or Chinitsu in a moment. I'm just going to... Okay. I probably should just play the East there. Actually, I could play... What am I doing? What's called? I just looked, didn't see them in the upper left and just assumed they were live. Oh well. My mistake. Oh, there's the Riichi, and quite happy I kept a East, and I've been playing middle dot tiles. I wonder if he's on a dot weight. Third green. He probably isn't. He just has a bunch of middle pinsy tiles. I thought it would have been really unfortunate with the signalling, and it's just not happened that way. Matt Dilasimo and takes the lead by 100. So a little awkward here. I'm wondering if I do go for the full Honitsu push here. I might do if we get the... If we get another Sozi tile or a middle Sozi tile, something connected to the 4, then probably, but... Or of course Parabeasts. Parabeasts gives us the East as backup if this doesn't work. Okay, I can go with this. A little awkward that C3's gone, but it's still probably okay. That's a decent draw. Yeah, I might have held East a bit long, but let's have a go anyway. And again, could have kept there. Alright. Let's try and think about what we're doing before auto-playing. Okay, West versus East. East will be a safe tile later in the game for definite, so... So 7-4 for a Friso weight. Okay, that's not the worst. We have discarded a 9, so we can't rely on this as a pair, but we were probably not going to anyway. Okay, That's decent. So now we don't have to rely on the Friso, which was a little thin. So, admittedly, with us having a pair of each, it's about the same odds. But you know, we'd have 2. So if nothing else, we've gone from 2 to 4 on our eventual winning weights patterns. But I have to get the last step done. Interesting. But we're there. So South 2. For Hanitsu 1. I assume with the middle six from Prospero, he's got to have Tenpai, but yep, fun and games, possibly. One more draw left. Didn't get it. 7-man. Okay, more fun. Ha! Alright. What's our best play here? Honestly, it's still just play the 5. Yeah. We didn't get any bonus door out of that, but equally, that was what we had to do once that had happened. God darn you, Mono. Oh well. Yeah, Tenpai for that on the last discard that we were going to make. Would have been really difficult to fold that, and even if I should have done that, almost certainly I wasn't going to. Probably, but you know. Oh well, we still have a dealer turn left. We're only 10k down. Not a problem at all for us. So Ipeco Pinfu 1 is what we're hoping for here. Although, that being said, we don't have a Pinfu whichever way around this goes, so Ipeco 1 plus reach then. Sure. It's a minimal loss doing that because the free pin again, if we get it, we still have this waiting sequence, so. Two 8s played as well, so probably going to end up getting rid of a 9 at some stage, but yeah. Okay. Ishanten. Yeah, we'll take this. Riichi Bako 1. Ipatsu Sumo. How far that goes I? 10k? Gak 10. Fortunate Gak 10, but Gak 10 nonetheless. Oh, absolutely. I have long since made peace with the fact I am more lucky than I am good. Which is why I don't begrudge when other people have bucket loads of jam. It just happens. Anyway, we're probably looking to force Honitsu here, but we might not. We'll see what happens. If we draw south, then obviously that changes what we need in terms of the equation. Yeah, okay, with a pair of whites, we're going to go with this. Wish I'd have called now, but, you know, if we hadn't, we wouldn't have drawn that white. Who wants a red 5? You really wanted us to finish this sequence off somehow. Okay. Getting there. So, White Dragon 8-7.
Boom.
4 Tempai. Other ways there as well, but you know, this is the one we actually got.
No.
Okay, White Honitsu, grab the dealership, extend the lead. Let's see what we can do. Double Dora, let's play west. Marginal upside, but of course we're probably gonna... okay. Yeah, probably. That was nearly a misclick. Wouldn't have mattered that much because I've got too many pairs at the moment anyway, but still. Want to avoid doing that if we can. Do we want to toy this? I don't think we do. Okay, west does nothing for us. Not calling that. Okay, mono thinking. Either Shantan or Tenpai, then we would assume from mono. Okay. Well, we have two immediate safe tiles that we would probably want to discard to advance the hand anyway, so we will do so and see where we are. Okay, mono picks up some points. Demo drops to third. Gap is maintained. We move into South 3. 2 hands to survive then. 6-5 gap. And not the greatest of hands to try and knock Prosper off the dealer button, but let's see what happens. Well, what's happening currently is that we're not getting any progression, but hey.
Pong.
Good draw. Okay. How do we want to do this? Yes, there's a possibility to, but I honestly think that this is, since we got the 2s as our probable pair at the moment. 6-4 is the looser tile. Obviously, we draw a 3 now. It's fine, but poof. Okay. Sometimes you just luck into it. Actually, Demo just literally played one, but I don't think we're going to get any benefit out of that as far as I'm aware. We need to be probably more careful than I am being, but hey. Alright, Sanzo.
No.
Brah. I mean, I don't consider it a proper straight because we didn't get it concealed, but you know. The possibility has proven possible. Just this once. It feels like ages since I last pulled that hand off, but you know. Okay. East. Alright, A5 ahead. Any hand will do. Hope to pair one of these up. Or just keep drawing well and drawing, you know, getting the hand complete that way. That'll do too. Okay, that's fine. You're not demo. Although I do have to be careful about dealing into you.
Riichi.
Okay, that's a start. What do we think? Can I fight with this hand? Maybe, but if I don't fight, what am I doing? The red dragon's probably a sticking point, but... Thank you, Mono. Yeah, I'm thinking slightly dodgy thoughts here. But what can I do to help Prosper out? But of course, if I deal into him, he doesn't need that much for the hand to be, you know, hand of death to me. So, but we have Ishanten. 3 and 9 both played post reach, so if it's 6, it is a 6 only. Ugh. Okay, Dragon Pair. But 7-7. Position unchanged. Okay, this is at least a better initial hand for trying a quick hand. Gonna play south immediately. North does nothing.
Pong.
Okay, 2 sequences. We don't have a pair is the only problem here, but... Well, I guess we could have potentially worked around and kept that, but still. Okay, let's go. 9 so for victory.
Riichi.
No.
Thank you very much. Alright, Dragon 1, and we will take a win. Thank you very much. GG, we've gone 2-1 for the day, so I am pretty happy with the results as given. And as I say, I'm definitely going to have to do an analysis on that second place match. I'm just going to actually remember to do that now. And yeah, poor Mono. Let's just quickly go and find the thing. So can I favorite it from here? Do I have to? Yes, I can. Okay. Alright, so that's done. I am going to call that stream. Thanks for joining me. I will see you another time. Catch you later.